Antonina Kuz.
Hello, hello everyone.
Hello.
I'm so glad to participate in such conference, and I would like to share my screen. Can you see it?
Yes. Yes.
Great. So I'm master student from National University of Ukraine, and my topic is green economy and micro enterprises. So I would like to present the general characteristics of the concept of green economy, the role of micro enterprises, and their essence through the prism of green business, green behavior, and the system of green production. So, in general, green economy is typically understood as an economic system compatible with the natural environment, environmental friendly, or ecological, or social, and among others. These attributes are the main conditions presented to the economy from the point of view of many supporters of the green economy. This general concept may alternatively be described as the greening of an economy. Some fundamental criteria for meeting these conditions are usage of renewable resources within their regenerative capacity, compensation for the loss of non-renewable resources by creating their renewable substitutes, and limiting pollution within the functions of natural influence and maintaining the stability on resilience of ecosystems. So regarding the green economy, we may also say that it's not only a new sector or a new branch, but also a system that cuts across some of the most important economic areas. So therefore, it's complicated to provide a shared definition of this phenomenon. But let's try. So the term green in the past had been used to indicate everything that had an environmental orientation. However, today choosing to use the term green economy, we should mention that it means including a broader and more complex significance. So, the essence of a green economy is the sustainable development of the economy with the coordinated development of both ecology and economy. Therefore, from the perspective of environmental protection, the development of a green economy will help guide traditional industrial society to realize energy revolution in the fields of production, circulation, and consumption. So, as a result, country's extensive development pattern of high energy consumption or high pollution and high emissions can be changed. From the perspective of economics, the green transformation can effectively promote adjusting economic structure and stabilizing growth. One important part of this possible future is that an emerging paradigm of green entrepreneurship is fusing an enthusiastic businesses sense with increased cognizance of sustainability and other tenets of the environmental movement. And moreover, according to the International Labour Organization, the development of a green economy can add nearly 60 million jobs to the whole world. But I should mention that there are numerous barriers to successful wide-scale implementation of green micro-enterprises that need to be addressed. For example, it could be natural disasters such as floods and pest infestations, as well as market fluctuations and distortions that can seriously set back small-scale entrepreneurs. And furthermore, the success of such enterprises basically depends largely on marketing and the ability to get one's goods to market. And nowadays, currently, most micro enterprises are dependent on their supporting from non-governmental organization to connect them from, for example, to downstream buyers. And this dependency constitutes some weakness in the microloans model. And also one more point, the main of one barriers, it also could be a lack of adequate financial resources for many potential and existing micro entrepreneurs to start and develop their business. One of the main tools to cover the lack of such problem is microcredit. Therefore, microcredit can be considered as one of the tools to ensure the sustainable development of microenterprises. So what about microcredits? Assessing the impact of microcredits on the sustainable development of small businesses requires consideration of three factors. It's the efficiency of microcredit, its availability, and also government incentives for this lending. In particular, concerning the efficiency of microcredit, it's appropriate to understand the quantitative value of various types of economic, financial, social, environmental, and other consequences that result from such lending. There are many of these consequences, and accordingly, there are many indicators of the efficiency of microcredit. So therefore, it's crucial to choose in advance those indicators that will characterize the level of sustainable development of enterprises. Also, I would like to mention about activity from UNRISD. It's United Nations Research Institute for Social Development, and they invited scholars and activists to debate the potential and limits of the green economy from the perspective of equity and social justice. So the UNRISD inquiry on social dimensions of the green economy revelate that such efforts are occurring and need to be enabled at various levels. So they propose to organize such efforts of communities to defend their livelihood and natural resource management systems, as well as gain control over resources at the local level. Also, they propose disadvantaged groups to have both voice and influence with governance or policy processes, and social movements to contest, advocate for change, and reframe policy agendas and common sense understandings of what we mean by development. So, thus analyzing what I said, it's logical to conclude that the main role in the achievement and successful formation of a green economy in each country, regardless of whether it's developed or developing, is played by microentrepreneurship. However, nowadays, the green economy is not just about the ability to produce clean energy, but also about technologies, and that allow cleaner production processes and a growing market for products that consume less energy, from fluorescent light bulbs to organic and locally produced food, for example. So, green business. What is green business? We could define it as a business that is committed to the principles of environmental sustainability in its operations, strives to use renewable resources, and tries to minimize the negative environmental impact of its activities. These businesses may have adopted a green strategy as part of their focus on the triple bottom line. Triple bottom line includes not only financial performance, but also social and environmental performance. So, also, I would like to show you some analysis from different countries, how it's working, and also according to the World Bank, micro entrepreneurs play a considerable role in the private sector, particularly in emerging economies where formal micro-entrepreneurs alone contribute up to 60% of total employment and up to 40% of national income, GDP. The importance of micro-entrepreneurs is even higher when informal businesses are included. So these businesses may have adopted a green strategy as part of their focus on a triple bottom line that includes not only financial and other stuff. So, for example, in the European Union, they lead in the greening economies in the Eastern neighborhood. And this project is related in the 6 countries, including Ukraine, on behalf of a consortium of international organizations. From the fact that I'm Ukrainian, so I'm worried about this in Ukrainian, and I would like to introduce some information about Ukrainian.
No. 1 minute, the conclusion, please.
Okay, conclusion. Micro-entrepreneurs are ideal for driving inclusive and resilient green economic transformation as they effectively reach economically marginalized groups such as rural communities, women, and youth. Also provide social benefits through local employment, are resilient, innovative, and also can respond quickly to risks and opportunities due to their small size and flexibility, and encourage stewardship of natural resources upon which local livelihoods depend. So the development of a green economy cannot rely solely on only enterprises' renewable energy investment behavior. Also, the constraints of financing behavior should also be considered. So what I would like to propose to sum up is that the government should establish a series of incentive measures to support and encourage investment in the financing of renewable energy. Also, financial institutions should construct a reasonable and effective green financial system and control the green credit volume in the optimal investment range so that we can guide and encourage more social capital into green industries by policy support measures and innovative financial system. That's all. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you. That's all. Dr. Gheorghe Gabrielon is there. No, no. I have to make some short remarks. You could see a lot of problems in the mountain areas, a lot of challenges, and maybe some solutions. For the first part, there is a large analysis realized by Dr. Hussein about mountain ecosystem in relationship with the environment, like green economy and like micro enterprises. And the second part